ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a Big Ben to watch, though. Hey, welcome back to the Big Ben and Clay Show. I'm your host, Big Ben. No Big Clay this week. But we gonna keep rocking because I gotta keep my face in y'all minds. I gotta stay on the internet. I'm trying to be internet. Well, you know what I'm trying to do. But anyway, let's get to talking about this NBA, man. Lots going on since the last time I saw y'all. The Bucks are out. Your boy called it. It happened a lot earlier than I said it was gonna happen. But hey, they didn't have enough horsepower to beat the Heat. The Heat, man. The Heat had too much defense for them, and then plus Giannis got hurt. Got an excuse now, man. Not saying he needed an excuse, but let's just say ain't nobody gonna be saying it's Giannis's fault or Giannis ain't no playoff guy because Giannis got hurt. Now there's gonna be talk about is Giannis leaving the Bucks. I don't think so at all. Giannis ain't going nowhere because Giannis don't seem like the ring chasing type. That's just my opinion. I've been wrong before. But hey, we'll see what's gonna happen. My Rockets are out of the playoffs. I predicted that they were gonna lose this series. So that's not what the problem my problem with this is. My problem is they won game one convincingly. Then they just gave up. What happened? We didn't seem like the same team at all. And yeah, D'Antoni got fired not too long after that. I can kind of see why. The team didn't seem motivated. They weren't playing good basketball at all. So yeah. Now the thing is, who's gonna be our next coach? I personally think they should go with Tyronn Lue. Championship pedigree, not too bad as a coach. I like Tyronn Lue as a coach. I hear that they're looking at Sam Cassell and Jason Kidd. I heard Jason Kidd also. Um, I mean, out of those would be good picks. I'm not really against any of those, so I guess we'll see. And they're also talking about bringing Jeff back out of retirement, but I don't know about that. I didn't like Jeff's last run, so I'm not saying Jeff's not a good coach because he's a pretty good coach. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I don't think Jeff is a James Harden coach, should I say? Yeah, and that's where I stand on that one. As of right now, the playoffs stand with the Heat and Boston on the East, and the Heat have taken Game One in overtime, and that stuff at the rim by Adebayo was so sick. Like Jason Tatum was coming for the jam, Adebayo said, "No, no, no, not in my house." Mount Matumbo, that boy. I love it. I mean, the game was 116 to 114. The Heat were up, but if he'd have made that jam, it would have went right to another overtime because it was only 3 seconds left. So that stuff really won the game. Adebayo showing what he made of. I don't know. My brackets is they looking like they might be busted, but we'll see. As of right now, there's a game 7 going on. Clippers and the Nuggets. Stop the presses. The Nuggets have just defeated the Clippers. They messed up my whole thing I had going, but hey, it's basketball. I'm glad they play the game. Um, Yeah, Nuggets just beat the Clippers by 15 points. Gonna have to edit my whole video over, but hey, who cares? You know, nobody cares about Big Ben's little video, you know. So, back to your regularly scheduled video. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Now, basketball. It's not the only thing we got now. We got football back, baby. And my fantasy team is 1-0. Next year, if my channel continues to grow, I want to incorporate all of you, all of my guys, all of my people that watch my channel. I want to have some kind of, I guess, Big Ben and Clay football, fantasy football thing. We're gonna set that up. We don't have enough followers yet, but that's my plan for next year. And there will be a prize. Not gonna show you till next year, but just it's coming, baby. Um, anyway, yeah, my fantasy teams 1-0. I'll spank them. You know, that's what I do. That's what I do. And yeah, but guess what? Real life ain't the same. You know, uh, these guys right here, that are always in my background, my favorite team, they're 0-1. Yeah. Starting off the season kind of bad, but I just can't put my finger on that loss. I don't know who to blame for that one. I mean, yeah, you can be cynical and blame that one call at the end, but a football game, I believe so. But anyway, that whole game ain't just that one play. You know what I'm saying? Defense tightened up somewhere in there, but the way the Rams started the game off and they were just getting yards, just however they wanted them. I mean, we were supposed to be the mega power offense, but I digress. I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want to make this into a whole long, drawn out cowboy explanation. We lost, so that's it. We lost. We'll see what happens next week. Um, else happened around the league. Tom Brady lost his coming out game. Yeah, that happened. The Saints had that man's number, and I don't know if I'm just being I guess a creature of the moment, but I don't feel like that the Buccaneers are gonna have as good a record as the Patriots because the Patriots actually have a weaker division. You got the Dolphins, you got the Bills. The Bills are. I feel like the Bills actually could win that division. I'm saying, I'm just being honest. Um, yeah, but their division isn't strong at all, so they could easily be playoff bound already. You know, and whereas on the other hand, Tom Brady's division is very stacked. You got the Saints who just beat them. They got to play them again. Then they got to play the Panthers 2 times, and they got to play Atlanta twice. Neither one of those teams are pushovers. So just in their division alone, it's possible they could have 3, 4 losses. It's possible. Just saying. They don't get it together, but they have the offense to do it. I mean, you're talking about it every position. They have 2, 3 guys that top of the league. Receivers are nice. 3 or 4 tight ends. Not even gonna get in on that. I got what starting two starting running backs. I mean, they have big name running backs. I don't know where these guys are in their career, but hey, they were nice at one point. So if they can get back to the old them running back wise, Patriots gonna be tough. Tom Brady's a little older, but I mean his throw he doesn't look like he's losing arm strength. So yeah, I think he's going to be all right. Still don't think he's gonna have a better record than the Patriots because of what we talked about earlier, but we'll see. And the Texans lost their first game, and it's not getting any better for them coming up. The Texans also have to play Baltimore in week 2. So, might be an 0-2 start. Just saying. But I don't think this is going to be a bad season for the Texans. But also, I think they need to get Deshaun Watson an offensive lineman or two because the man has to run too much. Like, he's an excellent thrower of the ball. You can quote me on that. You can fight me on that in the comments. I don't care. I believe he's a great thrower of the ball. He just doesn't ever have time to sit in the pocket. And his receivers are good enough to get open if he has time. Fuller's a speed demon. And you got Kenny Stills. And, yeah, Randall Cobb. Yeah, they got some weapons. Dave Johnson looked pretty good actually in the loss. Now I'm not saying, which I guess the David Johnson actually brings me to my next point. Arizona won their first game, and you know who did very well in that game. Speaking of the Texans, Hopkins. Yeah, 151 yards. Yeah, he had a great game. And good as good as David Johnson's game was, right? David Johnson had 77 yards, one touchdown, 11 carries. It's pretty good. I mean, even Will Fuller had 8 receptions, 112 yards. It's pretty good. But grasp what I'm saying here to you. DeAndre had 151 yards off of 14 receptions. And you traded him and got David Johnson. But, hey, that's your coach GM, Texans. That's your coach GM. So that's what you want to rock with. Hey, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about sports. What do I know? It's not like I'm a sports analyst or something. Unless ESPN wants to hire me. In that case, then I will be a sports analyst. Just saying, if you're watching this, I am open to any employment opportunities. I'm pretty good, if I do say so myself. But anyway, what else happened in the NFL? Seahawks beat the Falcons, and as I said, the Bills are looking pretty good. Their defense is stout. Some nice receivers. Diggs is there now. Hey, the Bills might go ahead and win that division. Not saying them winning the division is going to stop the Patriots, because it's not. We got an extra team in on the extra 2 teams going to be in on the playoffs anyway. So yeah, that wild card can't be had. The Patriots still have a chance. Bears beat the Lions. The Packers beat the Vikings. Very good game too. It's the only game that was on local channels, so that's what I had to watch. Big Cam with the Patriots. I've been talking about him since it started. Yeah, Big Cam had a good game, man. 2 rushing touchdowns, 75 yards, and this is basically a blueprint of how his Patriot life is going to be because the Patriots also don't have a good offensive line. So that being said, Cam's going to be on the run a lot. I hope he doesn't get hurt because I want Cameron Newton to have a very good year. I've always been a big fan of that man, Cam the Hammer. Just saying. Comeback year, I hope this is for him. And I can hope that now because he's not in the NFC, it's not going to be in our way. But I digress. Only team in the NFC East that won is the Washington football team. You can't even. That sounds funny to say. I can't even say their old name. The Washington football team. Okay. They beat the Eagles. Raiders beat the Panthers. Didn't want that to. I didn't want Teddy Bridgewater's season to start off this way. Not a good sign. But actually, he had a decent game, so it's not as if he didn't almost throw for 300 yards and a touchdown. 270. 22 out of 34. It's not bad, actually, but I don't know. Maybe you just got to get back used to starting. I'm wishing that Teddy Bridgewater does well. I like him. It's a good quarterback. I like him. Colts beat the Jaguars. The Jaguars beat. I'm sorry. The Jaguars beat the Colts, and that actually surprised me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm thinking, hey, the Colts have Phillip Rivers now. It's gonna be business as usual. Because Phillip Rivers is a damn good quarterback. I've always liked Phillip Rivers. He threw for 363 yards. But he also threw 2 interceptions. Yeah, so Phil being Phil. Great guy. I like to watch him play the position that is called quarterback, but boy, don't he throw those interceptions. He's a gunslinger, man. And he's not gonna stop either. Next game he's probably gonna have 400 yards. Because he has weapons in Indianapolis. So I think Indianapolis is probably gonna be in the hunt because they also have a very good defense and a good running back. I mean, this game they didn't have good rushing, but they will be back. It was just the first game, people. So, to be honest with you, all this I'm saying could go out the window quick as a hiccup because the first game back from COVID, nobody had any training camps, nobody had warm up games, preseason. So there might have been a lot of rust this first week. So I'm not taking it, like law right now, But there are some teams that had no rust, and we're talking about the Ravens. We're talking about the Cardinals. I mean, they look good, man. We're talking about Kansas City. I'm actually excited to see what the Bengals are going to do because they have my LSU quarterback, national champions, the LSU Tigers. Joe Burrow with the Bengals got a rushing touchdown. Not really excited about the way the coach ended the game by not letting not letting Joe Burrow be Joe Burrow. Sink or swim with him. I mean, what can be worse than last year? You only had a couple of wins last year, so I mean, you got a first round pick. Put the ball in his hands at the end of the game. Just my sentiments, you know. And still City, my boy Big Ben, he came back. He looking good, you know. Like that elbow feeling like it's ready to roll. Titans, you know, I don't know what was up with their kicker, but yeah, I don't see that happening a lot, but it was ridiculous. He missed so many field goals, and yeah, it was pretty bad actually. Like he missed at least four, and I was wondering who had him on fantasy because they're probably super pissed right now. I mean, my kicker only got me 4 points, but I believe they deduct points when you miss. So yeah, you probably had like negative if you had him on fantasy, and that really sucks. You know, I'm sorry for you. Hope you had other players that played well because otherwise you lost. And I mean, if you lost because your kicker gave you negative, that means your team sucked. But like I said, I won my fantasy, so sorry for you. I sorry for your luck. I sorry. I do good. I did good. And I'm also gonna be doing a another video, and it's gonna be my picks for next week on who I think is gonna win. That's gonna be a separate video. So I believe I'm gonna end this video, and then I'll do another video and release that on a separate date. And yeah, I'm gonna give you my picks for week 2. So until then, catch me on the Twitter machine, and also catch me on the Instagram. And I'm out. See you next time on the Big Ben and Clay Show. I'm out.